have your attention, please? Do carry on eating, and we're going to just move into some informal speeches now. Deputy Lieutenant Ramanbai Barber MBE, Lord Mayor of Leicester Deepak Bajaj, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Santosh Banot, Head of People Health here at the Peepul Centre. On behalf of the Peepul Centre, I'm delighted to welcome you all to our celebration of the Queen's 70-year reign. In true spirit, we are hosting a variety of cultural events throughout June at the Peepul Centre, starting with a Mela-style festival this bank holiday. The exhibition opened and focuses on Leicester's famous Golden Mile, located but a stone's throw away from here. And it covers the Queen's visit to the city of Leicester since her coronation in 1953, and showcases the unique contributions made by the local Belgrave community over her 70-year reign. This is captured in eye-catching photographs and contemporary art pieces. The changes that have taken place both physically and demographically since 1952-53 are portrayed. Many of these will be archived for future generations to access, a real gem. I'd like to introduce Gurpreet Singh, or G, the Peepul Centre's cultural programmer, to briefly tell us a little bit about the amazing exhibition.
Thank you.
G.
So, we were awarded some HLF funding, Heritage Lottery funding, and we used that. I took that immediately and used it to work with the communities. So we have three or four we have four main sort of exhibits pieces. One is yet to come. So we have a nice young piece of work by a Naj's nephew, who's not in the room, can't see him. And then we have Monia Acciari, who's sitting on that table over there, who's from De Montfort University, who has an AHRC funded project that is looking at the experience of Indian cinema over the last 75 years, so it's kind of ties in with independence in the same kind of time frame. That's in the cafe, so they're Bollywood posters, but there's also opportunities to share your stories about your experiences of Indian cinema. Then downstairs we have two main exhibits. One of them is, I immediately started working with the Belgrave Housing Association and John Costa from Documentary Media Centre, and Rubal Rajani, who's a former BBC presenter, who's working with the Belgrave Co-op. And they found five or six young people to work with, and we took photographs based on archive photography from the 1980s, and we revisited those exact same spots to see how things have changed. But the main exhibit is the large wall that you would see. So we've got these, I've called it Platinum Smiles and Golden Miles, which is there's three portraits of the Queen done in a platinum coloured paint, and she's got smiles, and a hat and a crown and an umbrella. They are then joined with newspaper clippings from the last over the Queen's reign, but most importantly, there are local testimonies from Portuguese, Gujarati, Punjabi, and English community members, all in their original languages. So often we see exhibitions around migrant communities, always translated into English. What I want to do is start archiving and archaeologically excavating and documenting and monumentalizing our own languages alongside each other, and all of those languages will be translated into each other's languages. I think I've given like 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to cut it short. This last bit is really important for me. My dad currently has Parkinson's, and he hasn't written any Punjabi on a typewriter for about 4 years. He used to write a lot of poetry. And I rang him up the other day, so could you transcribe the Punjabi for me? And my whole family, I haven't seen him for about a year or so. My niece, my mother, and my brother said that he looked far more alert than he has in many years. So that's really nice. So he's going to be given the job of translating everything in Punjabi on that wall. Shout out to Beth Elford in the back there. Give us a wave. Beth Elford is the clay artist who I met only last Thursday in the second year de Montfort University Fine Arts degree show. So she's done all the clay work as part of that exhibit. And then Hima Niara, who's been helping with the marketing, and I've already mentioned. And then Tina Dave, who is one of the translators and transcribers, and her husband. So there's lots of other people to thank. There's about 45 people involved in that exhibition. Might not look it, but the idea is to build an arts ecology in the community of which Peepul Centre represents the seed of. So this is the beginning of stuff. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Brilliant.
Thank you, G. The exhibition is open throughout the month, so do bring your friends and relatives to come and see it. There's been a lot of time, effort, energy put into that, so we really want to showcase that. One thing I will say, coming out of that exhibition, is that we are celebrating the Queen, and we really wish to thank Her Majesty for promoting cohesion of communities during her 70 years of reign, and I think that's something that we've seen here, and I think that deserves a round of applause. Health is an absolute must for thriving communities, and in 2021, the Peepul Centre launched People Health, looking to build awareness and address prevalent non-communicable diseases amongst the South Asian communities of Belgrave. We have ongoing programmes on heart health, diabetes and nutrition. Behind the devastating and disproportionate effects of COVID-19 on minority communities, the Peepul Centre and Ethnic Inclusion Foundation, the parent charity, also commissioned a report on understanding and improving mental health of South Asian populations. Please do pick up a copy of the report. There's some on the back and also in the foyer. They make interesting reading. South Asians living in the UK face a unique set of mental health challenges related to biological, psychological, social and cultural risks. From research, we know that they have higher rates of mental health illnesses, but they're less likely to seek help. The reasons for this are complex and range from lack of awareness through to stigma, or that word that we know as izzat. The report sets out clear evidence of the mental health status and challenges. Notably, mental health issues are very much on the rise. A key outcome from our report is the importance of co-development of NHS mental health services with the communities, ensuring interventions are culturally appropriate, and we are on that journey now. In partnership with the NHS, we are pleased to announce the imminent launch of Kiran, our People Crisis Cafe. For anyone experiencing mental health concerns, we will offer a drop-in space for open conversation and for recovery plans. We look forward to working with our partners, both in-house at the Peepul Centre and externally, including the NHS, Dr. Nisha Karia, psychologist, Aspire, SOBS, Cynthia Truss, Shama, and there are others. We're pleased to have here with us today from the NHS, Sam Morandi, Mental Health Commissioning Manager, CCG. I'm just going to drop Sam in it because I haven't pre-warned him, but if he'd come and say a few words about the vision of the Crisis Cafe from the NHS, which is a really novel pilot scheme. And we're pleased at Peepul Centre to actually be one of those that are running that pilot scheme. So Sam Morandi, thank you.
As Santosha said, I have nothing prepared, so bear with me. Firstly, this is an amazing event, so thank you for having me. It's great to see, and I think this is the purpose of doing the crisis cafes across Leicester, Leicestershire and Rutland with local communities, because you guys know yourselves best. And it's a bit of a change from what historically the NHS works. This is a venture into kind of, as Santosh has alluded to, the co-design and what's the word? collaborative approach to services and making sure that they reflect the communities that they are there to help, and challenge some of that stigma and access to mental health services that, you know, coming out of COVID, everyone so badly needs. So yeah, it's a kind of first step on a journey. I'm looking forward to working with everyone and certainly establishing those networks that we have in the local spaces. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam. That was wonderful, given that I hadn't given you any notice. The only thing I will say on the Crisis Cafe front, and this is my plea, is that you build awareness within the sort of community that we are actually going to be opening a Crisis Cafe, and encourage people that you know who are suffering from some sort of mental health, whether that be stress, anxiety, being overwhelmed, or more serious types of mental health issues. So please, you are the ambassadors being here today about the Crisis Cafe. We have got leaflets that we've produced, and I know in conversation the Lord Mayor Deepak Bajaj was saying that we should actually get these translated into local languages, which we will be looking to do as well, and make them accessible in venues that are frequented really by the community. So if anybody is interested in getting a stack of leaflets for their particular venue or can make suggestions where we should have these, please see me after dinner. So I'd now like to invite the Deputy Lieutenant, Mr. Ramanbhai Barber, MBE, to say a few words. Mr. Ramanbhai Barber.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, the Chairman, Director and staff of the Peepul Centre, and all the distinguished guests. All I can see, I've seen a lot of friends today after so many years. I've seen Bhupen Dave, I've seen Keith Was, I've seen Vinay, and so many friends, especially my friend Anil.
Thank you.
I met her today because I knew Kiran's father for a long time. Because he used to Santosh, sorry.
Kiran is the name of that cafe.
Sorry, Santosh. And her father and myself, we used to work together. We used to serve together with the National Council of Hindu Temples when I was a secretary, and OPG was the president. So, Santosh, glad to meet you again. Thank you. So, I'm delighted and honored to join you today on behalf of Lord Lieutenant of Leicestershire, Mr. Mike Kapoor, OBE, and Her Majesty the Queen at the very special Platinum celebration organized by the Peepul Centre today. The Platinum Jubilee is a unique and special occasion. The first time monarch has ruled for 70 years. Since 1952, Queen Elizabeth has given her service to the people of Great Britain and has become a much loved, respected figure across the globe. Through her dedication and charitable work and public engagement, the Queen has seen Britain through many changes across her historic time. Not least the many changes and events will be shown in the photograph in the exhibition as well. I would like to congratulate the Peepul Centre on the historical exhibition, which will form an archive for the near future, I'm sure. I have known the Peepul Centre in Leicester and plays an important part in the heart of Belgrave community. As a busy multi-purpose house, South Asian Performing Arts and Wellbeing Centre, offering a wide range of activities throughout. And it's theatre, bars, Indian restaurant, gyms, spa, sports hall, dance studio, banqueting hall, and children's nursery. Health and well-being is rapidly becoming a vital arm of the Peepul Centre. It was used as an NHS COVID vaccination centre last year, and now it continues as a dedicated booster vaccination hub. And it's in the centre of Leicester, in the centre of Belgium, and it's very helpful to the people here. Health and well-being is rapidly becoming a vital arm of the Peepul Centre. It was used as an NHS COVID vaccination centre in the past and now. Trainings for health, including Silver Cross Leap on control of diabetics, nutrition and health, are being provided in this center. I am also delighted to hear that a crisis cafe of people wanting support for the mental well-being will be available soon. Mental health is such an important topic, and Kiran, People's Crisis Cafe will ensure that people within our local community will be able to access support quickly and ensure that no one has to face their difficulties alone. I am looking forward for a musical show tonight, and it's going to be tonight, and which I hear includes popular Bollywood songs, which I love from 70s, and during the Queen's time in 70 years, as well as semi-classical ghazals. And when I saw a poster and it says Anil is going to sing, I said, surprise, Anil, I'm going to go.
Thank you for those kind words. Kiran is actually the name that we've given to the Peepul Centre. And what it was about was we were sitting there and thinking, if we call it just a crisis cafe, maybe that's a little bit loaded and a stigma associated. And what can we actually call it? And Kiran for us is the ray of sun. So come to us and come out and be that ray of sun for the future. So that's how we've actually named it, and the logo, as you can see there, is come to us, have a cup of coffee, tea, a recovery plan, and hopefully at the end of it you will see that sun ray. Just a little bit of background there. I'd now like to invite the Lord Mayor of Leicester, Mr. Deepak Bajaj, to close today.
Deputy Lord Lieutenant, Right Honourable Kifas, councillors, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. So basically, the exhibition has been an absolutely eye-opener. The launch of Kiran, the People Crisis Cafe, and to enjoy the Bollywood extravaganza, and also to celebrate the Platinum Jubilee of Her Majesty the Queen here in Leicester at the Peepul Centre. I'd like to thank Nash, Anil, Dr. Santosh Panot for their kind invitation. The exhibition has been an eye-opener, and it's wonderful to see how successful the community has been. I absolutely understand the importance of having Kiran, the People Crisis CAF, and the fact that we need to get our friends and family to open up to concerns around stress, anxiety, and encourage people to seek support, especially as we're coming out of this lockdown.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. All that it remains for me to say is to thank the Deputy Lieutenant Ramanbai Barber MBE and the Lord Mayor Deepak Bajaj for being with us today. Thank you. And for you, of course, our wonderful guests, without which we wouldn't have an event. And enjoy our Platinum Jubilee celebrations today. We have an amazing Indian variety show, 70 years of Bollywood, in I think the course of about 4 hours, but you'll get something from each era of the Bollywood. And really to close, I'd like to say something in the words of the Queen, which I heard her say yesterday, which is, let's look to the future with confidence and enthusiasm. So thank you, everybody.